Hey, look, it's Pa. Pa, what are you doing here?
Oh, hey, Gama, hey, Mario. What's up?
Hop in, dude. I'll give you a lift.
No, thanks. I'm fine.
Come on, Pa, it's 100 degrees out here.
No, really, I'm good.
Just get in the fucking car. So where are we headed?
To Toys R Us.
Toys R Us? The fuck, are you 12? What are we going there for?
Well, for Amiibo, duh.
The fuck's an Amiibo?
Amiibos.
Yeah, what the fuck is an Amiibo?
Oh, well, they're kind of like these toys. You can scan them into your game. Gives you free stuff, you know, like rupees or power-ups, coins.
So, you need these fucking things to play your game, or what?
I mean, you don't need them. They're more like DLC.
What the fuck's DLC?
Downloadable content. What are you, stupid?
So, are these things like real life, or like, what the fuck?
I mean, yes. No. Yeah, I mean... Fuck. It's hard to explain.
Pa, are you feeling alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Because you're sitting down on the freaking hot floor instead of going inside the fucking store to buy your Aminos or whatever.
Oh no, the Amiibo don't come out till tomorrow.
What? Then why'd you come today?
Well, to wait in line.
What, do they come out tonight?
Nope, tomorrow. The store opens at 9 a.m.
It's 5 p.m.
I know, tell me about it. I wanted to get here sooner, you know, set up a tent, get some food, but oh well.
You pansy!
You owe me fucking gas money.
Nostalgia. It's a hell of a drug. Speaking of drugs, Amiibo! Back in November of 2014, these things were the subject of controversy. What started off as a cheap collectible quickly became your golden ticket to send Junior off to college, depending on what figure you had, of course. Some Amiibo like Mario or Peach were a dime a dozen. You could find a good 10 just sitting there at your local GameStop. Then you had others like Fox or Samus that they were a little harder to come by. You'd be lucky if you saw more than one in the same store. But there were three. So rare, so legendary, that they became known as the Holy Trinity. Huh. I mean, I get Marth, but why Soccer Mom and her son? Yeah, apparently Nintendo thought it would be a better idea to mass produce their more popular characters, meanwhile leaving their other ones like Marth and Wii Fit Trainer in the dust. In theory, it kind of makes sense, considering that most kids would rather have a Pikachu or Link versus Marth or Wii Fit. But in reality, most people buying these figures are adult collectors who want to collect them all. So naturally, economics kicks in. That's when the scalpers took advantage of the low supply, high demand, selling villagers for $90 a pop when they only paid $12 for the toy. This of course pissed off a lot of people. Unless you were one of the lucky guppies who bought all 12 Amiibo the first couple of days they came out, chances are you paid a pretty penny or waited years to complete your set. And how did Nintendo handle the situation? Handle? Yeah, you got me there. For some weird reason, Nintendo decided to just ignore the whole situation. Even when they released the next couple of waves, it almost seems like if Nintendo purposely created a small supply just to increase demand. And again, that's pretty smart on paper. Only problem is, Nintendo didn't capitalize on it. Now, in my opinion, the smart thing to do would have been to re-release the characters that they knew were in high demand. Then jack up the prices from 12 to let's say 20. Yeah, sure, people would have been mad, but I'd rather pay $20 instead of black market prices, wouldn't you? And of course, Nintendo being Nintendo, they chose not to do this. Instead, we had to adapt. And around the time that the Super Mario, or the Splatoon, or the later waves of Smash Bros came out, fans already knew how to deal with Amiibo. You had to either wait hours outside of a store, or keep an eye on websites like nowinstock.com. Those sure were the days. Waiting outside of a Toys R Us at 5 in the morning, bringing a friend with you so you could get double of the same figure, keeping an eye on websites, and watching the Amiibo hunters speculate on the next Amiibo wave. Hey, does anyone remember this guy?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Good times. You don't know how lucky you are. Yeah, back in my day, you had to wait in the dark, You had to wait all night. You had to wait in the snow, in the rain. You had to fight off bugs and dogs and coyotes and even tweakers approaching you for money, or your fellow nerds are trying to cut in line in front of you. And you know what else? Sometimes you wouldn't even get an amiibo. That's right. Sometimes a lady would come out and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Turns out we have 13, not 14, and you're number 14 in line. Sucks to be you." Yeah. But these days, all you really have to do is pre-order the damn toy. That, or if you choose not to, walk into the store the week it comes out and you'll be fine. You'll pay retail price. Yeah, they jacked up the price from 12 to 16, but if that's what it takes for customer service, then fuck it. So, what is an amiibo? Yeah, I'm sorry. We're already halfway done with this video, and all I've done so far is talk about the hype. I haven't even told you guys today's fake sponsor yet. Well, I guess considering today's circumstances, it's only fair to skip the ad.
Check it out, gas prices blowing up sky high. Ditch my used subcompact for a two-wheeled ride. Now I'm rolling eco-friendly, but I still look bad. When the bike store saw my credit, they said this was all they had. I'm singing F to the R to the E to the E to the C to the R to the E D I T. Free to the port to the dot to the com. Come on everybody, grab your bike and sing along. It's easy. F to the R. Offer applies with enrollment and triple advantage.
Amiibo are these plastic statues that came with an NFC chip built into the circle stand. You're supposed to place the Amiibo figure on your Wii U gamepad, Switch Pro controller, new 3DS adapter, or the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con stick. And by doing so, your device reads the NFC chip in the Amiibo. And depending on the game you're playing, different things can happen, so long as the game and Amiibo are compatible. For example, scanning your Amiibo in one of the Super Smash Bros. Games lets you fight a virtual fighter. You can save your progress in the Amiibo's chip and help it grow. It's almost like you're playing with a second player. I particularly like this Rob Amiibo. It almost feels like what the original Rob was intended to do with the NES. You know, play with a buddy when you don't have a buddy. Other games utilize Amiibo too. You had games like Yoshi's Woolly World, Mario Kart 8, or Mario Maker that all gave you alternate skins. Using Amiibo in games like Breath of the Wild would help you on your quest. They'd give you ammo, health, weapons, food, rupees. You even got a woof that would help you on your quest. And then, you had games like Mario Party 10, or even worse, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. Ugh. Yeah, these two games are held not to do Amiibo. I mean, it's not like the stages are blocked behind a $12 paywall, you know, like, oh, you need Luigi to go on to the next stage. But it comes pretty close. Now, Mario Party 10 isn't that offensive when it comes to Amiibo. They're more of an afterthought. Still a bad game in its own right, in my opinion. But Amiibo Festival, ugh. Let's dive in. This is Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, and it's arguably one of the worst first-party Wii U games, if not one of the worst games Nintendo's ever made. It's a virtual board game similar to Mario Party, only not as fun or competitive. It requires extensive knowledge of the Animal Crossing lore just to have fun here, and ironically, the biggest Animal Crossing fans are the ones who hate this game the most. And when it comes to actually using your Amiibo, you scan your toy before you actually start your turn and, well, that was $12 well spent. Now, to be fair, I've played much worse. The problem is, it's not only a bad game, but it's a bad Animal Crossing game. Amiibo Festival came out during a time where there were no plans for a mainstream Animal Crossing game, and it arguably killed the Amiibo hype. Fans of the Animal Crossing games have been waiting for years for an Animal Crossing game for the Wii U, and instead, they got this piece of crap. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Animal Crossing, but I do know what it's like to see a franchise you love be mistreated. Had this just been a generic game and not an Animal Crossing game, chances are we would have gotten easier on it. Then again, who wants to buy a generic Amiibo? So this game was pretty much doomed from the start. But going back to what I said about killing the Amiibo hype, well, it's not just because of this game, but it's also because of the high supply and low demand of Animal Crossing Amiibo. You see, in Japan, Animal Crossing is up there with Mario and Zelda, but in the US, not so much. It has its fans, don't get me wrong, but most Americans would rather play Metroid or Pokemon over Animal Crossing any day. And because of those sales, you could walk into any store you wanted to and find 9 Mr. Rossettis for every 1 Peach you saw. And chances are, you already saw 20 Peaches at your local DD's discounts. Seriously, I remember seeing a Tom Nook Amiibo for $3.99 and putting it down to buy Ben & Jerry's instead. And don't even get me started with the Animal Crossing cards. There were 400 of these clowns. 400! 100 in each wave. And if you thought that was bad, they all came in blind bags. So if you want to collect them all, I hope you don't mind having 9 extra KK sliders. There were also an additional 3 cards that came with Amiibo Festival, 50 in the New Leaf expansion, 2 rare Japanese magazine exclusives, and 6 Hello Kitty Sanrio Europe and Japan exclusive cards. God help your virginity if you decide to collect them all. You know what Nintendo should have done if they wanted to do cards? Pokemon! They should have released all the original 151 Pokemon from Kanto, Then they could have made a free-to-play virtual fighter on the Switch, or a virtual Pokédex. Then, if the cards sold well, print second generation, then third, and so on. But that's just my opinion. The closest thing we got to that was the Dark Shadow Mewtwo that came with Pokken Tournament. When it comes to the actual figures, I think they did good. We got Yoshi, Mario, Zelda, Splatoon, Metroid, Kirby, the list goes on. Some sold faster than others, but none did as bad as Animal Crossing. For some reason, they just didn't take off. So that was the Amiibo and their story. Do I think they're ever going to be as big as they once were, like back in 2015? Honestly, no. But if we had a good game to go with these Amiibo, maybe like a Disney Infinity type game or that Pokemon thing I was talking about, they might just get up there again. I'm pretty sure you guys want to see my Amiibo collection now, huh? Well, nosy viewer, let's go. Okay guys, before I show you the actual Amiibo collection, just keep in mind, I've been collecting since I was 13, 14. Not Amiibo, of course, but in general. So I like to think I'm somewhat good at it, you know, displaying my stuff. You're gonna see a couple of things that might make you cringe, but whatever. You know, I'm inviting you to my closet. And there it is, guys. The wall of shame. Look at that. Look at her. All the girls I could have taken out to like the club or to a restaurant. Nope. Sorry, ladies, I'm taken. Now, before you guys ask, blank spaces, I'm one of those guys. So I have my whole collection. You know, there's Bowser, there's Toad. This little blank space, that's where Wario is supposed to go. I don't have Wario yet in the box, so, you know, just to remind myself what I'm missing, you know. Yeah, like I said, I'm one of those guys. Yeah, so that was Amiibo. I regret nothing, and neither should you. Unless you plan on not buying these, then yeah, you're a clown. To everyone else, want to trade for an NIB First Print US Mennonite?
Fuck Paul. Fuck Paul.
Hop in, dude, I'll give you a lift. No, louder. Hop in, dude, I'll give you a lift.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're already halfway done with this video and I haven't even... I hope you don't mind having an extra 9 KKK sliders.
You pansy!
You owe me fucking gas money.